Why am I doing this? Why have I started a crazy meditation business? Well, the main reason is I feel meditation has become commodified in a way that's actually quite vulgar. See, when you come to me, I don't charge you for the meditation. I charge you for my advice on how to meditate the best way. I charge you for all of the things that I've added to meditation to make it stronger and better in a practical way. The meditation itself, I would teach you for free if you wouldn't take the sort of extra stuff that I've added on to it. But trust me, you wouldn't want to do that. I'm taking a very small salary for this. I'm not taking much money for myself at all. And the reason being is because I'm charging an extremely low amount. Now, £50 is the charge, and it's a third of what the lowest ebb of my competitors charge. If you think about it like this, Headspace is an app with a monthly pricing scheme. Now, you use that app for 5 months, 10 months, and you've already spent something like, what is it, $5.99, $7.99 or something like that. You've already spent a sizable amount before you even get to the end of the year. And that doesn't necessarily bode well for the users that are already sort of struggling financially and with their own mental health. Because let's face it, most people who use meditation or are drawn to meditation have trouble with their mental health. And if they're willing to start a subscription fee, they're willing to go much further. Now, that's fine for them if that's what they want to do, if that's their business model, that's fine. But it's not necessarily the way meditation should be taught. Meditation isn't something that you should be drip fed through an app or any other means. Meditation's a one-time thing. You learn the thing and that's you. You're good forever. So let's look at the other big model, the other big competitors, the Transcendental Meditation movement. Now, their business model I tend to take a little bit more issue with. Full disclosure, I was taught TM. That's where I learned Vedic meditation from initially. I refined it later through books and other things, and reading up on the origins of Transcendental Meditation led me to Vedic meditation, which is a purer form, I would say, than TM. Vedic meditation is a purer form because it doesn't come with the same degree of dogma that Transcendental Meditation does come with. The TM movement's revenue streams include, but are not limited to, the initial startup cost. After 6 months, you start paying for the events, which are normally about a tenner. It's entirely likely you'll be encouraged, let's say, to attend the advanced classes, which can cost thousands and thousands of pounds. If you stick around long enough or try to become a teacher, they'll probably stick you in one of their crazy diets, like the low mucus diet, which supposedly helps you when you're meditating. Or you'll end up being asked to go on one of the retreats. And at this point, I want to make it really, really clear that I have no problem with people who do any of this stuff. If that's what you want to do, if that gives you life, do it. I don't really care. But my problem is, if we want to get meditation out to as many people as humanly possible, the most important thing to do is to make it appeal to as many people as possible. When I learned TM, immediately got home, started trying it, and found that there were immense difficulties of a practical sense that would stop me from meditating, and very little time was given over to teaching how to deal with that. You can't just say, this is how you do it, off you go. You need to teach people how to incorporate this into their lives. And this is the inverse of the Headspace issue. Headspace, their problem is that you can't take the app out of the phone. You can't take the app and then apply it to your own meditation. You can't escape the app. And what good does that serve if you can't meditate anywhere, anytime? What does that serve? With my techniques, I've actually been able to meditate on a bus, on a stagecoach bus. Are you for real, man? For me, modern meditation should wholly fixate on the practical, on making sure that we can perform the meditation, because it's so bloody hard to find peace and quiet. It's so bloody hard to find the right space. You know, it's difficult to throw a dog out the room when you're meditating because they just don't understand what you're doing. But even more than the money stuff. So this is the real meat. Even more than the money stuff is a feeling of imperative with me. I absolutely have to do this. If I fall on my face doing it, that's fine. I don't mind. I've embarrassed myself publicly before. I'll quite readily do it again. I've had many, many people in. And changing how they viewed the world was the most exciting, profound reward I could ever ask for. Say what you will about David Lynch. Say what you will about the transcendental meditation movement. He said something wonderful about transcendental meditation. And it does apply to Vedic because they're essentially the same. If you've never tasted a donut, how could you possibly know the sweetness of it? Meditation is like that donut. It's the sweetest thing that can be possibly experienced, and it's the greatest gift you can possibly receive. It starts with a simple phone call or a message or any other means of communication you want to get in touch with me. But if you're suffering even slightly with stuff that happened in the past, or you're depressed, or you even just want to get some really nice stress relief, why sit around thinking, oh, I wonder if that'll work? Why not try it? Just give it a shot. What do you have to lose? Like literally nothing. You'll just be the same person you were before you come up and learn to practice. But I can promise you that you'll get something out of it that you've never thought was possible. I hope to see you here where you can change your life and get a nice cup of coffee and maybe a donut.